On the morning of September 11th, 2001, it started as a normal day. People across New York City and the nation went about their routines unaware that the world was about to change forever. At 8:46 a.m., American Airlines Flight 11 crashed into the North Tower of the World Trade Center. Just 17 minutes later, at 9:03 a.m., United States Airlines Flight 175 hit the South Tower by 9:37 a.m. The Pentagon was struck by American Airlines Flight 77, and at 10:03, United Flight 93 crashed into a field in Pennsylvania after passengers attempted to regain control from the hijackers. 4 coordinated attacks in the span of just few hours. Those of thousands of lives were lost, and the Twin Towers of the World Trade Center collapsed in dramatic, horrifying display of destruction. The official explanation pointed to the Al-Qaeda terrorists, and America responded swiftly with the military action in Afghanistan. When not everyone accepted the official story, theories soon emerged, suggesting that 9/11 might have been more just an external terrorist attack. Some believe that the attacks may have been a pretext, a carefully orchestrated or even allowed event to justify government actions that followed. This idea is known as false flag operation, is central to many 9/11 conspiracy theories. One of the most notable arguments revolve around the speed with which the US government responded. Shortly after attacks, the Bush administration launched a war on terror leading to invasion of Afghanistan and Iraq. Many wonder if these wars and expansions of civilization powers under the Patriot Act were the real goals all along. Skeptics also point to the collapse of the World Trade Center's buildings while the towers were hit by planes. Some claim that the way they collapsed, particularly the World Trade Center 7, which wasn't hit directly, resembled controlled demolitions. This had led theorists to suggest that the explosives may have been planted in the buildings before the attacks. Another theory involves prior knowledge of the attacks. Some believe the government may have been aware of the impending attack, but chose not to act, using it as an opportunity to rally public support for war. Reports of intelligence warnings before 9/11 fueled the speculation in theorists, questioning why these were not acted upon. There is also controversy over the Pentagon attack. Theories point to the lack of extensive video footage showing the moment of impact, suggesting that the hole in the Pentagon was too small for a commercial airplane and may have been caused by a missile instead. However, this idea has been widely debunked by experts. The 9/11 was an inside job theory, casts a wide net accusing various figures within the US government of complicity, ranging from the allowing the attacks to planning them in full. They argue that the Bush administration used the attacks to push forward an agenda of endless war and heightened control over US citizens through mass surveillance and national security measures. Whether you believe this theory or not, it's clear that 9/11 drastically reshaped America's domestic and foreign policy. The attacks led to wars, increased government surveillance, and a profound shift in how the world views terrorism and security. For some, the evidence of a possible setup is compelling. For others, it's a disrespectful distraction from the tragedy that took thousands of innocent lives. But one thing is for certain, the question raised by these theories continue to fuel debate and investigation to this day. Regardless of where people stand on these theories, the events of 9/11 left an undeniable mark on today's society. The war on terrorists continues to influence US foreign policy, with military operations in the Middle East still ongoing. Domestically, 9/11 also gave rise to the increased government surveillance. The Patriot Act, passed just weeks after the attacks, expanded the government's ability to monitor communications and gather intelligence on citizens, whilst it was just justified as necessary to prevent future attacks. Many see it as a significant erosion of civil liberties, affecting privacy rights to this day. The culture of heightened security is another lasting impact. Air travel remains heavily regulated, with strict protocols that emerged directly after 9/11. Increased fear of terrorism reshaped public discourse, often influencing immigration policies, law enforcement tactics, and international relations. And of course, 9/11 has left a deep emotional scar on the US psyche. The sense of vulnerability and loss, combined with the political and social fears, continue to shape the way Americans and much of the world think about security, freedom, and the balance between the two.